Hello, guys. Welcome to the new episode of Correct Tech, New Horizons Garden of Grind. Um, we're here now. I was very reluctant to come back because I know what I need to do, and I'm kind of lazy. This is the EBF, and I was battling myself for days trying to think of a way to make it work without all the tedious grinding that needs to be done. For example, if you really want to make it work, you must, you know, stretch the wires up until here, and that's very costly. And I will lose a lot of amps, a lot of volts doing that, because each meter or each block is gonna lose us 1 volt, and it is really, really bad. Because by the time it reaches this place, it will already have, I don't know, 10 volts, 15. So this thing won't work. I need to find a way. And last time, during my last episode, I think I was trying to find a way, and I was researching certain generators that could help me produce energy on site, like next to these energy hatches, without the need of long wires. Or there's other possibility, which is just a battery buffer with at least 4 batteries. But there's a problem. Lithium. I can get everything for the batteries except lithium. Lithium is a very scarce resource that can only be found in trace amounts when I put a gas steer through a chemical reactor. And I ran my calculations, and it turned out that throughout my entire gameplay, the amount of gas steers I have is about, it's enough for 1 or 2 batteries. I think 2. And that is not enough for us. We need a lot more than that. Which leaves us with nothing again. And I came back to play the game, and theoretically and technically I cannot, because I'm stuck here, not knowing what I should do. And, let's try to figure out. I know, on paper, it all sounds pretty vague, and you wouldn't even understand what I'm talking about. Like, dude, just make things work. You know, you've got the EBF. It's right here. Just, I don't know, move it closer to the energy source so that you won't lose a lot of amps, or, you can do a lot of things. But all those things require me to, move things around again, and I just placed this fuser or whatever that is. I just placed it here, and if I move it somewhere else, if I move all those machines somewhere else, it doesn't feel right. I mean, if only I had an opportunity to redstone alloy, right? This one is a lossless cable. I could have stretched it anywhere I wanted. Any place I want. But there's a problem. The redstone alloy dust is done in a electric blast furnace. The rest is super simple, but 40 seconds MV, 120. Well, there's like no way to duplicate it or anything. And this is our only lossless cable we can get at this tier. I also remember finding patches again. Well, here we are. One thing I'm okay with is this huge giant tank that is almost full. This kind of brings warmth to my heart, understanding that I've got some backlog of electricity, well, steam in my base, and well, they started to. Should we break them or leave it be? Food problem? Well, that's easily countered with just eating from here. This is like my vending machine. There's always some snacks. I can start by moving some chests there, maybe destroying that farm. I'm thinking what is KY? Actually, hi. What's a KY in the KY? Oh, sky. Well, it's pretty lonely out here. I have a like a huge mental block here in this game right now, which is why I was really reluctant to start a stream today. I was like avoiding it for a couple of days already because I don't know what to do. Like, I've got the EBF, but there's no way I can run it. I mean, I'm not stupid. I can make it run, but I want to make it like, you know, I want to make it good, you know. And I just can't figure out a way. It's like I need to move it somewhere else or get the generators. We'll see. The battery buffer would be the perfect choice for me, but I don't have the lithium, and for lithium I'll need an MV electrolyzer, which again needs an MV amp to work. So actually, yeah, I understand. I'll probably have to assemble my thing again. This at least one or two or a couple of the BBFs, just so that they can get me creosote. And actually, I was wondering how you've been doing in your GOG run. How do you get glass and steam? Well, there are a few choices. Yeah, I'm stuck as well. I was stuck a lot earlier than you. Glass is a... there are a few choices. The most obvious and the first choice that you get is through a thing called a smeltery. This one. You need to build it or to find it in a village. Okay? There are like... there are completed structures like that. You just come up to this thing and cook... you need lava for that. Instead of coal or anything else, you just pour lava, like a bucket of lava in there. And then you put glass dust in there. Just the usual one. Yeah, which can be made with an XP bucket or just... this one is a macerated sand. Dusts of macerated sand, and the flint dust is also macerated flint. And you get 8 glass dust. Each glass dust will be smelted into one glass block. All you need is to point the funnel or faucet into a not the casting table. The casting table is gonna make you panels. Yeah, all you need is to pour it into a basin, I think it's called. This one. I could probably show you this thing, but I don't have a lot of lava in my reality. I don't want to spend lava because I can't get it easily. But the thing is that you put the glass dust in this menu, and then after some time, about 30 seconds, you can pour it like this. I don't know why I did this, but the glass will be pouring like that, and then once it's full, like 1000 L, well, maybe a little bit more, it will start to cast, sort of like harden, and then you get the block of glass, which is your glass. That's how we get the glass. Okay. I should get this back. I hope you understood that. And was I raided? No. Just a lot of people out of nowhere. Well, not a lot, but hi everybody, whoever watches me, whoever's watching me right now. We're just okay. Creosote, you said, right? Creosote. So, actually, why are you stuck? Is it because of the emerald lens, or it's not emerald? It's green sapphire lens. Is it because of that? I suppose this is your wall right now. Oh, okay. See, that's what I'm talking about. This game is really cool, but I feel like just half an hour ago I was thinking like I should stream today, but at the same time, there are two factors that I don't really like about streaming, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Is the first factor is that I always talk and never do things, and I'm always super unfocused. Like I want to do something and then I start talking, half my brain goes into nowhere. The second thing is that I really want to play just GTNH New Horizons, you know, like, I don't want to be stuck waiting for the sapphires. I want, like, the natural progression of the game, you know? But at the same time, I've already been there and I kind of know how it's done. Of course, there are a lot of things that I would have done differently, but still. And I feel like here, it's cool to have resources out of nowhere, but it kind of gets tedious and boring at the same time. Like, okay, I know that XP buckets give me this and that, but I would love to get those things the natural way, you know, that kind of thing. So maybe I don't know, maybe Skyblock GTNH is not for me. I don't know. Maybe I'll start a run that's just simple GTNH, and you can call me like a chicken, so it's because I chickened out, but I believe that if I want to play the game, I should probably play the normal way. Well, we're still here. It's not that different from just GTNH New Horizons. But the thing, like, with emeralds, I mean, with the green sapphires, is like, what? It's so obnoxiously bad. But I guess, okay, let's, yeah. Let's look at the creosote again. Combustion generator, fuel. Probably not this one. Semi-fluid generator. Is this the one you're talking about, Axie? The value is kind of meh, you know. Is that a lot? 48,000 plus pollution. And I will have to have 4, right? Is this because of that recipe? The alloy smelter recipe? In a fuser? Yeah, it's kind of fast, actually. All I need is to buy clay and get sand from cobblestone. Yeah, I can see that happening. And then you can easily pipe the creosote out from the coke ovens. There will be no problems like... I think this one is not automatable, right? The brick blast furnace, you can't automate that, but the coke oven, I think you can automate those. You should be able to. Okay, pumps do pull out coke ovens. Well, maybe I just... Okay, let's imagine I build an array of coke ovens. Like, I don't want to go beyond 16 because I'm not a big player, big size player or whatever. I like my things to be compact and, well, whatever. 16 for me, or 8, doesn't matter. And I somehow find enough patience to make 16 pumps. Okay, so I'll do 8. And then I will pipe creosote well, I will need 4 semi-fluid generators, I think. Right here, close to the LV energy hatches. Because each hatch will be needing 2 amps. So I will need 4 amps in order for that to work. Well, this is where the problem starts. Where do I get this much patience to? You needed to wait every... Can't read that. Every now and then. It means that it's probably because the wires... Oh, you're saying 6, 8 generators. Oh, you're still talking about the coke ovens. Coke ovens is not a problem. It's just so not a problem. So, but for coke ovens, I will need constant supply of wood. Let's say another field. Probably not even a full one, because 6 or 7. 6, 7. I'm kind of okay. I can see a field of crops of which one does the most? Wood? Pine? No, not the pine. There's a tree type that does the most wood. I forgot the name of it. Not the jungle one, not the rainforest. Well, something in between those lines. And I get the field. Yeah, I could try that, but the output will be crazy. I will probably need to sort that out or something. Okay, I need to do something about my experience. It's like 133 levels already, and I just don't have... Let's stand here for a bit and theorize what we should do. The semi-fluid generator is not even in the option. Is not even an option in the LV tab. I would say it's pretty cheap. Well, not really, but... Seed oil, fish oil. Yeah, I know. They have everything there. It's just it's strange that they have all types of generators in the LV tab, but the basic semi-fluid one is not there. That's all I'm surprised about. Biomass is... Nah. Just oil. Oil is really good. Well, creosote is also good. Wait, creosote. Is it only done if I smelt the... Wait a second. Like, cactuses also work, right? And the sugar canes. Mm-hmm. Wait. Wood tar. Benzene. I also like the benzene route. I think I've already looked at it last episode. But you need the distillery, MV distillery, so creosote is the way to go now. The only possible way. So maybe I don't make a field of wood, but instead a field of sugarcane. How about that? And I get the sugar charcoal that I turn into sugar coke, and it's a nice way of boosting my steel. Steel will be done in a different kind of machine, in a EBF. Oh, I remember you were saying that you have how much? I have 21 stacks aluminum, 2k steel. Wow, you're so ready for everything. You just need to wait for that casino. Yes, casino slot machine called Green Sapphire. I need to make a list of what I need to get in order to craft 4 basic semi-flute generators. Okay, this is our task for today. I don't know how much it's gonna, what time it's gonna take me to do it, but we will try to succeed. I don't know. I'm afraid to say any more words in terms of planning because something always goes awry and I just can't figure out how to keep my promises. Because sometimes he would say that I want this and that done, and then after 5 or 6 hours you understand that you're not even halfway through, and you're like, sorry guys, I'm gonna go to sleep. I didn't do anything, goodbye. I have to be realistic about stuff. Also, I think I should rename all my YouTube episodes into a... Maybe delete the Garden of Grind or Greg Tech New Horizons name, and instead just... People would know it's in a playlist. I would just write like the title, that what I do, what's the most important thing that I do, just like the Carix 82 did back in the day when he streamed and recorded videos. He would write down the like Fusion MK1, and people would know that in this episode he will be doing that. But some of my episodes are so useless that there's nothing to write about. There literally was an episode where I was just... What was I doing? Killing skeletons? So you just write down that killing skeletons 1, 2, 3, or what? It's so strange. Logistics are not understood properly. Okay, I'm tired of peeing. Let's go out and see what we can do. I wish I could do that, but I just said that if I say, okay, today we are plugging in the EBF, and then people could be like, whoa, wow, the dude's gonna do that, and then they go to the stream and see that I'm just... What am I doing? Standing here and talking? So, whatever, I'm not even gonna rename the episode, I don't care. Who knows me, who knows what I do, let them watch me if they want. Automating TNT, you probably mean through bees, right? Because any other way would be masochistic. There's such a perfect bee for that. Not bees. Oh, okay. I don't even know who I'm talking to. And if there's a bee, why would you not do a bee? Yeah, it's kind of hard to get it because you need to go through Firestone Bee, as far as I remember, and it's a pain in the ass to swim in lava. Actually, are we talking hardcore Minecraft? Or the, well, probably yes, since you're normal TNT. Oh, you needed 4? Through toluene, right? Or whatever that chemical is called. Something about toluene. Wow. I suppose you didn't want to do bees because you were afraid that you're gonna die underneath lava, trying to look into the depths of Nether, trying to find Firestone. Is it still how it's spawned, Firestone? Do you know what I'm talking about? There used to be an ore that is spawned exclusively under lava, under layers of lava in the Nether. Yes, and you have to like. I think I cheated a bit because I used like this exploit when you float in lava and the lava surface was, you know, kind of like in between your eyesight or something. In that way, you would sometimes see the whole thing for a split second, and you would know where to go. Oh, yeah, I remember that whenever you were holding or the thing was in your inventory, it would set everything on fire. I remember I lost a lot of things in my base due to that, and I wasn't even aware of what was going on, you know. Well, I don't know how and when will I be able to get Firestone in this run. Okay, let's just focus on... I think before we begin, we need a lot of steel. Let's just do that. And also one more thing is, let's order clay. Well, even though you need pumps to output creosote, I don't think you need anything to output coal. Is that right? All what you would do is just hopper, right? I believe that should be true. There's just a hopper underneath the middle block in the bottom. Yeah. I've got 27 coke oven bricks. I have a problem with them is the fact that you can't wall share them, right? Because I tried and it just didn't work in my other gameplay. I don't know what's the problem with wall sharing coke ovens, but for some reason it just doesn't work. Well, need to find a place for them. probably need to build more. Maybe I'll go there. Because railcraft. Oh, they're railcraft. Yeah, and this one's not railcraft. It has the same texture, come on. Any idiot would think that it's not a railcraft, because the other one isn't, with the same texture. Well, I guess the function is kind of different. But again, they even have the same menu. Okay. Just gonna broaden the horizons of my base a bit. Place the coke ovens in there. And maybe the field of... So what do you think, actually? What is better? A field of wood? Or a field of... I forgot the name of that thing. Sugar canes, yeah. Because what if, for some reason, I will need coal, charcoal later, and because I don't have the charcoal, but I have a lot of... Yeah, because I'm still making steel out of that little brick blast furnace thing. But I'm just afraid that one day I'm just gonna need a lot of carbon, you know, and I would want to look into ways of making charcoal, and I would have had a lot of charcoal if I hadn't chosen sugar canes instead, and I'm afraid that that's gonna happen, and I'll be sitting there with hundreds, thousands of sugarcane coal, not knowing where to put it. Just, sugar charcoal, sugar coke, this one. Yeah, you can't turn it into anything. I can always change the saplings. Yes, yes. And if I think what I'm saying is not really correct, because even if I would have a lot of sugar charcoal, it's not like I have millions of that I've been storing for a year, right? It's just gonna be 4,000 at the maximum, because I won't have any upgraded doors or anything. Was that another stack of clay ready to be bought? Let's address that. Now let's also address... okay. Wait, what am I looking? Oh, you played 100 more hours than I did. I have 177, well, almost 100. Do you ever make breaks, like long-term ones, or maybe like for a couple of weeks or anything? I don't know. I think I'm like, I always say that I'm ready to stream almost every day, and there's not really a lot that basically holds me from streaming, but sometimes I would come home from work and I'll be like, okay, I can stream, but then you like sit there and think like you're a bit exhausted on the inside and you don't really want to do that. And you go like, no, I'd rather play some solo single player games without any interaction or anything. I don't know, sometimes it just happens and I can't really, muster up and do that. I guess that's why professional streamers are being paid a lot of money, because whether you want it or not, you have to stream. You have to go out there and sell. Be the best of yourself. Be engaging. Well, even if I didn't have a job, I still wouldn't have been able to stream every day. I don't know why. I think at one point I would just be so bored of it. I would just want to chill. Like, of course, I, as any other sane person, always thought about a career on Twitch because, well, I think it's achievable. Well, first you have to stream for a lot of hours every day, for some 3 or 5 years, I think. Maybe then you will like have a name, sort of a name in the community. People will be watching you. But to turn that into like an everyday activity, which is like a job, it takes so much from you, just like a real job, So it's not a joke. Like when some people think that this is very easy or anything. And considering what kind of streams I do, it's easy. You just have to talk and try to play games. Some streamers are actually, creating content, Yeah. And some people are like actually creating content. They sit out there, they plan their streams, they plan what they're gonna do. They say things, probably, maybe some people even use scripts or something where they know what they have to say instead of doing things on the go as some might. And for them, it's like a real job. Well, they have a lot of viewers as well. I kind of had a thing between Twitch streams and YouTube. I wanted to choose one, but then I realized that I could just stream and record my VODs and just send them on YouTube. And you kind of do both things and none of those at the same time. Well, maybe later I'll focus solely on YouTube. I don't know. I feel like I want to do something like make content. Maybe pre-record some videos, little cuts of my gameplay, and then a voice over it or something. Said in a very engaging voice, not the one you hear now. Who knows, maybe that's gonna amount to something. Well, all I see is that people do that in Greg Tech right now, in New Horizons. They actually record videos. I've seen a thumbnail of a video. I didn't want to watch it because, again, spoiler alert and stuff, but dude, I don't remember who made a Stargate base in one chunk, or in 4 chunks or something, maybe 8 chunks, I don't know, but it was very compact and like, how chunks are placed. Have you seen this one? I think it's kind of popular now. It's been a few days since it was posted, maybe a week ago. I also, a couple years back, I saw like a YouTube VOD of a guy. He was a Russian guy. He tried to play Greg Tech New Horizons on 1 chunk. This was his challenge. Can you imagine that? Playing in 1 chunk. So I skipped to the last videos, and he stopped. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember where, but it wasn't even close to late game. He said that something with the tick rate, something happened with the tick rate. It was so bad because a lot of things were clumped in the same space, in the same chunk. It kind of corrupted the chunk or something. I don't remember. Oh, wow! Why didn't you say that? That's actually interesting. 3x3 chunk. What do I have now? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'm already sort of Well, if you consider, actually, if you consider this part of the base, if you rearrange all I have, you could say that I'm also playing 3x3 and not using a bit more. Yeah, because all of that is old and I'm not really going there anymore. Even the villagers are obsolete. I'm not using them. So it's sort of like 3x3, but no, I don't want to do that. So, and this dude's logic was very flawed. There's one reason for that. There are multi-blocks that go beyond one chunk. And what are you gonna do when you need to build them? So of course he made an exception for them and everything, but it's just he couldn't play because just kind of corrupted a chunk or something due to a lot of entities in there. Once I played Factorio and I wanted to somebody to make a mod that would resort me to a I don't know, kind of like one chunk as well that would fit the rocket silo and a few spaces around it, so I could feed it, but nothing more. Not a single tile more than that. So I will have to swap all of my production in order to achieve everything, and it would take me thousands of hours. And for some reason, I was really interested in that, but there was no mod that did that at the time, and now I think that it's a very stupid idea based on how I am playing GOG. I think you're always very inspired and fascinated by the fact that you want to play that kind of game and make resources out of nothing, but then it just kind of catches up to you, I think, and you can't really motivate yourself enough. Okay, clay done again. What is it, like every 10 minutes? Every 5 minutes. I did also challenge me doing stone block 3 in that starting box. Stone block 3 is the one that's like sky block, but instead you have to dig yourself through, right? And like, you don't have the sky in this game, right? Everything is cobblestone or something. I think I tried this mod pack, but something struck me in the wrong way. I don't know. Really? Well, I don't know if you can do that. Maybe the mod pack is flawed, you know? Yeah, I understand. Nope. So I guess for all my automation, you can pump out creosote from any side and any block of the coke oven, right? Or only the top ones? Any, okay, great. So I think I will only need one block of space underneath this thing. I want to go with 8, but we'll see. Hopper will be here. Wait. Okay. You can't all share them, but can you make them stand next to each other? Or is it gonna confuse the system? I think I have to have like a 1 block space between each and every one of those things. Well, it only fits 4, but that's okay. We're gonna have a second row. Yeah. So, do you think that if you ever finish the game in Garden of Grind, it will make the whole GregTech New Horizons laughable for you? I don't think it can be possible, right? Even if you finish the game this way, you still know that there is a lot to achieve, even in, like in a normal run. Alright, I have built 4. I need more clay. Next batch in 15 seconds. I'm kind of running low on Explorer coins, but I think I can get these. And that will solve all my problems with coins. Yeah. Flat world is probably even worse than that. Well, you know what I think? It's we're talking about this thing like if you finish, when you finish, but then I've noticed so many people go like they're playing the game masterfully, but they never finish the game, you know? They go like HV or something and then they deflate. But they lack challenges, these people. I think the best challenge of this game is to finish it just in a classic run, you know? Because there's so much, I mean, you said you played up until IV or something? There's so much more in this game. You can't even imagine. I hope you didn't spoil it for yourself watching some videos on YouTube or even my stream where I would want to brag about and talk what's ahead of us. But I can't even imagine how many things are there in the end. Or I can't even describe everything that's there. So I think the biggest challenge is just to finish the game, you know? Of course, there are more and more people that actually finish the game, and it's not that of a challenge, so people wouldn't want to start like GOG or something. But I think just for a fan of this game, it's the best thing you can give yourself, is to just finish the game from start to finish. And I guess a Garden of Grind also fits in this category because you're still playing the game. The content is the same. Oh yeah, I forget that you died. That's why you finished. Well, you have your own kind of set of rules, and of course, if you die, then that's it. But what happens if you die due to a bug? Or like, can you, like, for example, you're in the Nether, it's like UV level or something, UHV, you're in the Nether for some reason, and then all of a sudden your game bugs out or like lags very hard, and you get like 2 FPS, and there are a bunch of mobs that attack you, and you can't even move. You try to log out, but things just don't work. You know, your computer is frozen, and then you go back and you're dead. What would you do in that situation? Would you roll it back up and explain to your viewers that you've been screwed in the ass by the game itself, or you would just kind of like nod and say that this is my fate and start a new run? How would you go about this? Dude, it's the craziest thing in the world. Who am I talking to again? My eyes started to hurt from seeing this message that you start of your fresh run. Oh no, it wouldn't be the portal area. It would be oh right, mana bean. Did you see me eat a mana bean and die in like 5 or 10 seconds later? Did you see that bullshit? That can happen to you. Well, it's kind of a different way. You kind of had to know that mana beans can kill you, right? So it's your problem, and that's why restart is warranted. Well, I don't know what to gamba for. If you eat a mana bean, you get aspects, but it's not worth it. I think I'm a lot of ways behind in trying to understand the hardcore mentality. It's not just playing the game and being careful. It's about knowing what can happen to you in such a deep way that a normal Minecraft player would never think about it, you know? So your first thought was to restart if you die in the Nether due to a lag and make your portal area safer. It's like make zero spawns and stuff. Surely now, after the eons of grind and suffering, we reach yet. No, precarious. I wasn't playing this much during the last couple weeks, 1 or 2 episodes only. But we're doing something right now, very not interesting. So we're trying to start our. It's like me building so no enemies spawn, and one time you run past a zombie and no spawn zone. So you let one space out and it started spawning zombies and stuff? Yeah, I think you have to be like paranoid about those things. I know that dying just kind of brings the hell out of me. I want to yell, scream. Of course, I don't do that, but it's like sometimes I want to bang a table. I think I did that a few times already. Oh, did it kill you? Okay. I don't know. I think there need to be people that would pull out the older recordings or my VODs where I said that I would never build a single I would never build a single more of those what am I saying, like I wouldn't build a single coke oven, and here I am building like 8 of those. I think I said that I'm not gonna build them anymore because I have better ways of getting coal. Like, that was the problem. And somebody told me about creosote, and I was like, why do I need it? It's just a liquid that you can't get rid of. And now I'm building my coke ovens just to get that liquid. Can you imagine the frustration that I go through when I play this game? It's like I'm saying things with such utter conviction, and then I go back and rewrite history like it was nothing. No, not actually. I listen to my chat a lot. Actually, the Axie told me to think about creosote as a way of powering my EBF, and here I am in half an hour building my 8 coke ovens for creosote. So I'm listening to chat. Just sometimes they say things that are really uncomfortable for me to do, like, oh, all you need is to breed a few crops and Quantaria, blah 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 bullshit, and then you know that that's gonna mean hundreds of hours of breeding, just standing there and watching watching things, watching this, I don't know, this crop gamba. Not ready for that. So I sort of like ward these ideas off. But certain ideas are crucial, you know, like this one. If I don't do it, I'll be stuck, I don't know, for 100 more hours until I get enough lithium from gas tiers to get my energy buffer. So I think my way of doing that will be creosote into combustion generators or whatever those are. Then I smelt enough things for better wires, the ones that are lossless, and then maybe I will just make 4 amps, or maybe like 5 or 6 amps here. 2 of those will be separated in here. I will divide it between these machines, and the other ones will go straight into EBF. Maybe that'll work. Then I'll get to MV, get my electrolyzer, start electrolyzing clay for lithium, get my batteries, and then I won't need the creosote at all. Or maybe, no, actually I won't need it. Or maybe just for coal. If it's fully automated, then I won't. I might need it in the future. When I do my bee breeding, I pretend I'm Darth Helmet from Spaceballs. Well, I don't know much about Spaceballs, but I do know a lot about cobblestone balls. So, is there a game like that, Spaceballs? I've never heard of it. Oh, why did I think it was a game if it could have been a movie? I don't know Darth Helmet. I know Darth Vader. Is that so much different from Darth Helmet? YouTube link. Oh my god, a malware. Oh, I'm sorry. It's blocked in my country. I can't watch a video. It literally says that it's blocked in my country. Sorry, guys. It's actually true. A black screen and nothing else. So, about 15% of videos that I try to watch are blocked in my country. Especially the music videos seem to be the problem. Yeah. I'm okay. Actually, there are rumors that in the next year or so, if there will be some kind of political / any other problems, our country might decide to make our internet sovereign, you know. So if I ever continue streaming and doing all those things, and then I get successful or whatever, or not even successful, if I one day just end up being like not here for some time, it may mean that I don't have internet anymore. And I'm not really well versed in creating VPN kind of breaches that would allow me access to the internet again. So if I ever disappear, just press F to pay respects, right? Actually, I'm still lucky enough that my internet is somewhat okay-ish. I don't have spikes or anything, well, as far as I know, and if I ever move places, the internet there might be worse, so if that ever happens, I'll probably just switch on to YouTube and just be making videos. It's a lot easier that way. You don't need the consistency, all you need is some bandwidth in terms of like upload speed. If that's somewhat even not consistent, but it's good, then you'll be able to upload videos at least and be present that way. Okay, I've got my 8 coke ovens. Now all we need is 8. Where's my iron? Is there a way to make a hopper? Yes, so we need is 5. And some chests. What is chest? It's wood. I have to remember all the recipes from scratch. LLM bot attacks. And soon you don't even need to plan what you do in YouTube videos, since they were thinking to use AI in your videos anyways. You mean like AI enhancement techniques or something? It's where they make your videos look better. Like, that would actually be very useful, because since I'm a Twitch affiliate slash nobody, I have my streams have like cut out bitrate of 6,000 or something. It's and not more. Nah, you're kidding. That can't be true. Like, what the hell? I mean, if nobody watches my videos, I can just what? Automatically inflate my viewership or whatever using bot comments. It's like a legit technique now, or whatever. It was so strange. I don't think it's true. Or maybe I misunderstood you. I feel bad whenever I need to check my own video on YouTube and then it gets a view, and I'm like, this view is actually like goes past the statistics. But at the same time, if I watch my video like 5 times in a row, just out of curiosity, and then the views are there, and I'm thinking like, how many views in the world are actually legit, like on any video? What if like 50% of views on every video on YouTube is actually artificial views? Yeah, actually, I know. But it's strange that, for example, my last episode, I think I know why it's 7 minutes, the watch time is 7 minutes, because you started watching and then you realized that you were in the stream, right? In the stream, so you didn't have to watch the VOD entirely. Maybe, but I'm not counting on anything, but still. Under half now. Okay. Bots accounting for nearly 50% of all internet traffic. Oh, okay. Well, at least I have one loyal viewer, I would say. Yes, I didn't want to change it, but I think I should. Just because This misleading thing is misleading. 47 now. I also hate that if you change the title after you started your stream, the VOD is gonna be the old title anyway, even if you changed it. All of a sudden, I'm low on wood. Maybe I'm not. Clickbait. On my thumbnails, I tried making thumbnails for my YouTube videos, but I stopped at about 10th episode, I think, because I was like trying to make pictures and stuff for that, but I'm not sure if it's helping, you know? Yeah, of course, my first episode has been watched for like, I don't know, a lot of times, more than any other video, but it's probably because people were interested in what I'm doing. I prefer... Yeah, I can do reaction faces fine. It's okay. I can even you know, highlight those things like they do, like neon green bullshit around here, like Nimbus or whatever. Maybe some clickbaity thing like Eye of Harmony or anything that I don't have, right? You know, clickbaits. Who are they for? Our target audience in Greg Tech New Horizons are probably a lot of smart people. They're not going to be clickbaited, right? But yeah, I think it's really bad that my episodes are just called episodes 41, 42, 43 without any names or anything. I think it's bad. I beat GOG in one day. Maybe put a video of a screw being machined in the top left corner. I don't know. I also I was like browsing. I don't know if you know this thing called Stream Elements. Actually, which thing are you using for your streams? For helping you with the streams, is it Stream Elements or anything else? Because I'm using that thing for my notifications or whatever, if I have those. Actually, I don't know if it's still working. It probably should, because it's in my viewers now, counted as a viewer. So and there are a lot of things that you can do with your stream, like make a custom HUD. I think that's what they call it. I also want to call it like HUD. I don't know, it's probably people don't call it that. In English, you don't really like abbreviations of certain things. Like I try to pass to go with the neigh, and you said it's that it's the sound that a horse makes, but I just want to call the NEI this way, this thing, the wrench. Why can't I call it neigh? People didn't like that. Streamlabs. So is it actually hard to create your own HUD, like different elements, like a frame around your face, around your webcam? Maybe some other things like counters, like the amount of deaths you have, like, or the amount of times you like for example, I think it would be funny for me to make a counter of how many times I exhaled heavily during my stream, because sometimes when things go wrong, I do make this kind of thing, like it's like when I'm like close to the edge of things, and I want to make a counter that does that, but I'm using filter to take out our out face. Whose face? Mob farm version, yeah. Well, it's strange. So you're having a webcam and you use a filter to take your face out? Because actually, as far as I remember, you don't have a face when you stream, right? Is it because you're using a webcam with a microphone and you need to disable a webcam or something? It's strange why you would want to well, actually, I don't need that. I don't know, streaming with face versus without face was kind of a no-brainer for me. I just said to myself, the hell with it. Like if people hear my voice, and if I'm streaming, why just not show my face? I mean, I don't care what people are gonna say. Yeah, but at the same time, I think I'm probably close. There are not a lot of people that stream with faces, especially Greg Tech. Yeah, and I actually these days I think that it's not really necessary to have a webcam in this type of game. People are come here to watch content about the game, you know, not so much about your reactions or what expression you have on your face, right? People are watching to see you do cool tricks with the game, like Pantless. I'm sitting in my shorts right now. You wouldn't know, even if I were like, what's it called, like commando? Yeah. So there's a problem with wood, and I need to fix it, and I'm running around doing nothing. There's about to be a very rude joke that I'm not gonna say. How he knows that? Well, somebody could have joked about it, but actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. I want to hear joke, yeah. I don't want to say it, but I want to hear it. But it's gotta be good. Lately, I've realized that making jokes is like a very super hyper intellectual activity, and as a rule, if you can make jokes, if you can joke about stuff, if people laugh at you, it means you're smart. Which mouse walks with 2 legs? Mickey Mouse? Minnie Mouse? I guessed it correctly. Is that the joke? Okay, oh, it's like a continuation. Which duck walks with 2 legs? Any duck? Literally any duck in the world would do that. We had that type of joke in our country. It's like how many? There were like 3 apples. 2 apples fell from a tree. How many apples are left? You go like 1 apple. Okay, next time. And then they say like 4 apples were growing on a birch, right? And then 2 apples fell. How many apples are left? And you go like 2. And then they catch you because apples can grow on a birch, right? On a birch tree. So that kind of thing. Is this what you're doing with a mouse and a duck? Or is there another continuation of a joke? Why giraffes' heads is so high? To reach for leaves. Because it has long neck. Okay. It's one of those jokes when horse walks into a bar and the bartender says, "Why the long face?" Something like that. Is it from that kind of category? I don't know. Maybe I don't understand something about that joke you're trying to push through, but I think I'm pretty familiar with Western humor, which is very peculiar at times, and I think I could even make some jokes of my own in that kind of style, but Sometimes I just don't have enough language to fully wrap it in the right format, you know. So what am I doing? I like the jokes about Mike Tyson, you know, that are based on his speech defect that does he does the S sound like the. Mike Tyson once called a pope something about FaceTime, like FaceTime. I don't remember the joke, but that kind of joke. It's not really a joke. I like these ones, the ones that are puns, you know, where one word means the other word if you kind of flip it a little. Do you have those? I think they should be pronounced, not just, you know, written down. Oh, tree grew so fast. Never grew this fast. I have a joke for you guys. I know why rainforest oak is called rainforest, because wood logs are raining down on you. Intelligence, huh? Boo. Ah, you booed me off stage. Okay. But you can't do that. I'm gonna sue you. You're not being inclusive. Yes, I've got humor disability, but that doesn't mean you can bully me into into not liking my humor. You could do better than that. You mean my run? Nothing has blown up in ages. Oh, it's about to be blown up because soon I'm gonna be working with EBF and starting it up. If that's what you're talking about, things are bound to happen. Of course, I will be trying to avoid it at all costs, and I'm not just like winking or anything, saying that there will be content. I hope to avoid that kind of content because I still don't have the exhale counter, you know, that I want to implement. But who's gonna count that? I don't want to reset the counter every time I exhale. That's gonna make my stream go even slower. And even if Axie does a 1 year break, he'll still be ahead of me. How slow I play the game. Okay, all I need now is a bunch of chests. $64. Why not? Why the hell not? Okay. Got this. Oh, actually, that was an exhale. can imagine picking up creosote manually for some time. I'll probably need a steel cell for that. What? 8,000? That's not so bad. Well, can you stack those if they're full? I think you can. Because if you can stack those, then I can carry as much as I want. Oh, I hate hoppers in the way that I can't wrench them because the grid disappears. Do you also have this problem? Oh. You have to click here on the iron part of it. Because if you click into the air, it's not gonna work. I can place chests for now, since I have 52 of them. And chests that I can't open. Understandable. Have a nice day. Then what about the cheapest pipes ever? Item pipe. The tin ones are probably the cheapest. I just need to find... Okay, item pipe. There's the brass one. One stack every 4 seconds. Actually, I think a brass one will be enough. I even have those. Actually, I do have those. 12 of them. Wow, it's from my old setup. I'm not sure if the 12 is enough. Maybe we'll have, like... The little ones will be coming out from the... No, I only have 6. Well... So... Let's go like this. Make that into plates, and then... What if one side of my coke ovens will be doing the first iteration of sugarcane coal, and then that sugarcane coal will be sent into the other 4 coke ovens to make the final product? How is the ratio, the speed? Is it going to be the same between those 2 sets of coke ovens, or is it different? Okay, I'm not gonna do any science in here. I'm just gonna load it up with some wood. They are for creosote primarily, because I need like some kind of burnable fuel to fire up my engines that I'm gonna have close to my EBF. I have no other ways of making that work. Just gonna get more wood. Hopefully. Am I a fan of cheese? Which one? Well, I can eat some cheese. Or you mean like a cheesy strat? Because that way, I don't know. Hooch. That was hooch. Let me Google that. Is that like moonshine? I don't know what hooch is. I think that's like a moonshine. Oh, like... Ah, this one. No, I'm not gonna bother. RF bullshit, no. Maybe it's a good idea, just... Oh, it's how you said it. I sort of go against every idea that the viewers... Maybe. All I'm saying is that... And that, and that. I know that the direct energy is converted to RF and vice versa. But I'm already making steam with steel, with solar boilers, and I don't want to touch any other way of making steam. So strong I don't even use it. Okay. It's another huge setup, or not even huge, that it's gonna distract me, you know? I'm gonna feel distracted from this. But there's this vat. Okay, I'm gonna say this thing. Steam on its own does not matter. Because I have like 10 million of that. The problem is how I convert it into energy. Okay, I already have some coal. 16. Can you believe that? Now I need to test some theory about hoppers that go on top. If I place a hopper on top of this thing, and then I use, well, can I make wood? Yes, wow. Without this. And if I place a pipe, yes, yes, they allow dimensions. They even allow certain structures and dimensions, as far as I know. Well, I know about one, late game. Chaos Island. Burning Blossoms. Are you talking about a healing axe? Or you're all about Botania now? End of Flame. I did a bit of Botania. Well, actually, I think I even killed the last boss in this thing. I had to do it from a previous run. And the best flower that I had was Daybloom, I think. Yeah. This one. Then when I had a chance to get the Asgard Dandelion or whatever, actually the recipe got a lot harder, more difficult than it used to be. It was actually not really useful. So the Daybloom was good. The one that would eat coal was kind of okay, but probably the End of Flame one you're talking about. But I mainly used it Daybloom, and that was it for me. That carried me all the way through to Hibiscus and Synth or whatever that's it. That this thing is. Yeah, I remember the cake recipe, and I remember I was like looking at a Chad bee thinking that there's like a bee that does cakes, but then I would realize that you can't make it because it's a very special bee that's only given after you complete a quest, or if you change a date on your computer, or not the date, but the nickname in your launcher, that it matches the list of nicknames that are listed in there, you know? That kind of thing, so I didn't do it. Actually, I don't even need an automation for now. I can just go about this thing and manually feel the wood for now. Doesn't matter. It's gonna last a long while until I need a new batch inside this thing. Yes, yes. I think this is... Well, by the time you get the GigaChat token, you don't need any of those things already. Nothing. I remembered I looked at a chat B. I was thinking about getting the pollen because it also gives pollen, but then I researched a better way. DTPF, it's fun, especially when you get to the part when you actually get the transcendent plasma mixer, because before that you're gonna have so much pain in the ass you wish you were dead. I had 64 mixers working and making millions of what was that, like there's like catalyst, the crude catalyst, the resplendent, exotic. Oh, don't worry, it's gonna keep up. Your setups will shrink a lot when you reach late game. Like, most of your chem lines will be changed with the QFT, or whatever that is, like Quantum Forge something that, yeah, I think you've probably already looked at it. But there's like a... That's not true. Well, it was true for me. Well, I reached UMV with 48 cals. I had 48 of those. Not a single... Not a bit more, you know, like just 48, and that was enough for me to carry me up to the pre Eye of Harmony. Well, maybe I was ready to build the Eye of Harmony. I just needed the resources. Well, I'm playing in a very compact way, so 1,000 probably gonna be a lot, but 48 might be not enough. Circuits weren't the problem, you know. If you ever plan on building 1024, just think about one thing. Is how you get... think about one thing, is how you get the biocatalyst. That green gooey thing. Yeah, but... What are we talking? Like, wait. Which tier are you? Probably post UHV, I think, since it's DTPF, right? UAV, probably? Yes, this is where you start this thing. Look at these orange guys. They have... First of all, I mean, like, look at that. Imagine you got the holmium through void miners or something. I don't remember where we get it from the space miner. Yes, space elevator. Yes. Yeah, and there are a lot of things like infinity screws. How about that? How about photonically enhanced wafers that require glowstone nanites and all of that? Organocin. Grade 8 water. SMDs with Xenoxine. They changed the recipes, right? Titanium foil. You gotta have like a... Do you have a compact reactor or something? Yet, at least MK1, I think it should be Should have one. I had only 4. I had 16 advanced assembly lines. Oh, just assembly lines. Oh well, you're playing hard. Okay. That's cool. I don't know how attentive you are, but just be careful. There are some, like, you have drawn up really massive global plans for yourself, like NAC fuel, QFTs, and stuff. Just be sure that every little detail is covered and that you won't have something that kind of stops you from achieving your goal because there's like one little thing you didn't research and that kind of backtracks you a lot. Yeah, I understand. I also did bees in my run. I used bees, primarily bees for getting my resource. I wasn't even mining when I played my run. I started mining when I needed mica and stuff. Okay, I've been streaming for almost 2 hours and I didn't do anything. It's like I started the stream to talk about stuff. Did I tell you about my layout of my base my previous run? I don't know, I think I explained it to somebody, but I remember who I explained it to. It's a very comfortable layout that I have figured out myself. I'm really proud of that. It took me 4 or 5 rebuilds before I could probably I could come up to that with it, and it's just like a central hub, like in any base, with 4 branches sort of coming out of it, and that's it. Every branch would be its own sphere of activity, sort of like. One branch would be for energy making, like NAC fuel and solar panels and stuff with a Lepetronic capacitor. And the other branch is just like one chunk, you know, in every of 4 directions. So one side is taken by energy, the other side it would be taken by chemistry, chem lines and stuff. And each branch would have its own branches placed vertically, sort of. So it would be like a huge antenna, you know. I played in the Void World, and I actually think that I want to play Void World here as well. If the Twitch chat will allow me and not call me a cheater, I would love to cheat in a personal dimension table and just build myself a personal dimension and build stuff there. It's just a lot easier for me. What is 3TP? I'm out of the loop again. Well, you may not explain if you don't want to. It's not just a lawn base, it's a base that's built with exactly this block called Vina. This one. Vina 2. I built my base from these blocks. It's such a cool aesthetic block. It's just nothing else. Just I started watching them. If Precarious, if you're talking about me, yes, it's allowed in my country. Still allowed. Yet allowed. It's yet allowed in my country. Okay, the creosote is stacking up. All we gotta do is turn back to go back to. Nah. We don't age verify anything. We just block certain videos on YouTube so you can't watch your favorite pop star because they promote whatever the hell they promote. Probably something about... I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, my layout was kind of the same as his, but I did it separately without watching his videos. I came up with it on my own, but his is actually a lot better. He used like... I remember he had like glass ceilings and stuff that he could run on top of, and it was really beautiful. And his bee setup with like combs fashioned ceiling, you know, like in a Watka area. What is a Watka area? Maybe you meant vodka, like through with a V letter. Vodka. Oh, bears and balalaika, right? That kind of superstition or whatever. Actually, stereotypes that people prescribe to my country. We're also laughing at it. Okay, I need steel. Let's focus. Try to focus. Well, if you are a heavy drinker of spirits, then it's good. Like, after some time, I'm not really into alcohol. I haven't been drinking anything for more than a year now. And before that, I wasn't really drinking a lot, but there was a time when I just had too much, and I turned into an animal of sorts. Well, I didn't do anything bad. I was just, you know, like, it's how you look at yourself when you're drunk. It's like you have the second vision that kind of thinks after a few seconds that you do something. And I saw myself that way, and I was like, whoa, it's no good. But the best thing that I realized is that any alcohol, whenever you're drinking it, it has like a taste of benzene in it, sort of. It's not that I'm like huffing on benzene or anything. It's just that every alcohol is basically benzene, if you think about it. Well, please let there be no chemists in my Twitch chat right now or anything. My chemistry knowledge is really, really sparse, but still. Yes, I mean ethanol, but if you start Googling this thing in here, like ethanol, blah, 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 what do you get? What do you get from ethanol? Like ethanol, literally right-click from ethanol, you get biodiesel. And diesel is really, it has a sonority, like it sounds like benzene, no? Because cars run on diesel, certain cars run on diesel, like the big ones, right? Some of them run on diesel. And other cars run on benzene, so they all of them have wheels, all of them drive, which means that benzene and diesel that is made from ethanol is sort of like a brother and sister type of thing, no? I'm sorry that I just embarrassed myself like crazy. But all I'm saying is that it's like it's in the same vicinity, you know, benzene, ethanol, spirits, all alcohol. So guys, what the hell are we drinking? So when was the last time you bought benzene, or still suck neighbor's car empty every night? I don't know, in my country we... What? Wait, guys, what are we talking about? In my country, benzene is the thing that we drive, it's like what our cars work on. But I guess in your country, benzene is actually petrol. Is that a different thing? I have to know that. It's really important for my understanding of the language. Because we use petrol, but it's called benzene in our country. Like, chemical name of that is benzene. Strange. I think... Oh, guys, I didn't say a stupid thing. I just said it in the way that my country calls it, okay? We literally call the things that are in our cars benzene. And it's not gas, it's literally liquid that you can drink it. You can drink it, you can pour it into your vehicle, your vehicle can run on it. And it's called benzene, like through E sound, like a chemical name. And chemical names are always the same in every country. There's like benzene, there's benzene of sorts, I think. And in your country, I know that it's called petrol. Ethanol. Yeah. Well, if we're talking about benzene, it's the thing that you sometimes suck out of a neighbor's car and you have to spit it out before you swallowed some, you know? You use it like this physical thing when you have a tube and you go like this and then you sort of start the suction thing and it starts like, the liquid starts to flow. That's also called benzene in our country. I don't know how to explain that. Please, somebody from Russia, watch me say that and try to explain. Cash, grass, or ass? I don't know what that is. But I always choose ass. Or you just listed the three things I should touch: the cash, the grass, or ass. Sucking. I mentioned sucking petrol out of a neighbor's car. I'm pretty sure I didn't mix up the words. I could have. Sometimes my speed gets really unruly, but I think I said it correctly. I'm twisting up my words, man. It's funny, yeah. What for? What did I do? Is it me? Did I do anything? Cash, grass, or ass is a joke about hitchhikers over here in Kokona Land. What the hell is a Kokona Land? Kokona Land. KK-ona. Well, KK. What's KK? I hope that you did not forget a third K or anything, because I don't know what land you're talking about. Yeah. Oh my god. So much fun when you guys talk about it. Twitch police? No, Twitch FBI. Stat. Okay. Precarious. How can you say that? All those things. Well, it's always like that. I love my country as well, but there are things that, there are things, and you can't do anything but to laugh at it or just, I think it's like it's okay. It's healthy for any kind of relationship to have its ups and downs, even if you're talking about a citizen, a country. There are always going to be things you're not proud of or that could have been better. The same thing about us. We could have been better for our country. So yeah, being entertained by politics is like it's cool. It's all cool until red buttons start to get into play, right? It's all fun and games until the fireworks turn into something heavier. I hope you're not talking about a guy in my country. Because we all have guys that might have somehow affected what we do these days. Actually, it's not that they are responsible for it. I think it's like a collective decision on the government level. We can't just blame one person for that. And more importantly, I don't know. Sometimes these things are supported by massive amounts of people. So who knows who's actually responsible for what? Well, you can't do anything about it. We're just, human beings, small ones. Oh, steel nugget. I just lost some steel because I had to use different types of nuggets. Your country's guy has a bit more power than most. Still don't know who you're talking about. Is it your country or Axe's country or my country? I also think that in today's world we don't really have that kind of thing who's got more power and who's got less power. Because if you really want to measure things the way they did it in the past, you can't. It's all very, very... Yes. Very intertwined within all kinds of... I don't know. Even if you're like a relatively small country, like somewhere in Europe, you can go like, well, I'm actually not that big as some like as America, right? And you'd be like, I'm weaker, but at the same time, you're part of the European Union, which means that you've got some cards on your hands, well, presumably, and it means that you're not that small. There's something going on for you anyway. So I think it's not really clear who's stronger than who. It's always a multi-layered thing. For example, there are a lot of countries that are very big, like have vast lands, like the countries who are top 3 or top 5 countries in the world that have the biggest lands in the world. But if you try to compare the economic level, the way that their citizens live, you're gonna lose, because there are countries that are really small in this world, but their citizens are really happy and they are very rich and stuff. And I also consider that to be a strong side in any country. So there's so many things that you should compare if you want to figure out who's better, who's stronger and stuff. So it's never that clear for me. Because yeah, at the end of the day, the amount of rockets, tanks, economy, it doesn't matter, because if your citizens are not living their life happily, economy can be great, but then you realize that half your population is just standing behind or standing at the assembly lines working 14 hours a day. Or we have this culture in Japan, which I've seen some videos on, where people would work 16 hours a day. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but the thing is that they have this culture of overworking, because if you didn't work enough, then you are not considered respected in any way. So it's interesting that you can get so far ahead of somebody in one sphere, but then you kind of lose your grip in the other sphere, and then the one you try to beat actually is going to become a winner. So it's very complicated. And it is also tied to the territory, to the climate, to everything. And I truly believe that one day, somehow, I know it's probably a very childish thing to say, but I believe that we will find common ground, every country in the world, and we will be able to realize and humbly understand our place in the world, like territorially speaking, and speaking in other ways. Like, for example, I'm a country that produces that, I'm a country that produces this, and let's like all combine our efforts to create, I don't know, like a entry to the space age of sorts, you know? Not just some kind of weaponry run or competition or whatever, but like a common effort, you know? And the only thing how that can happen is actually if aliens attack us or something. Then we'll have the common enemy, and we'll have to unite and forget all these things that we're fighting over. And well, should we hope for it? I guess not, because it's probably even scarier than fighting amongst each other. That's a Fallout 4 reference, right? No, I think what's gonna happen is that we're gonna create some technology that's gonna exponentially boost our energy production, and somebody really bad and crazy is gonna harness that and make it so big that it's gonna swallow our planet. As a reference, I'm thinking about like we have the sun, right? Our star that gives us a lot of energy in the way of light. Yes, and it's basically people that are trying to create fusion reactors these days. I'm not really tech savvy or anything. I think they're trying to replicate the sun, make a little sun inside their systems, with all the plasma running around and sort of, I think. And if they ever succeed in doing that, and they would, if they ever want to scale that thing and to create our own little sun that's going to be giving us infinite amount of energy out of nowhere, I think that one day it's going to get out of hand and just swallow the entire universe. Well, not the universe, but at least our solar system. Or a chain reaction of sorts, yes. Yeah, deuterium, if that's what it's called these days, yes. Not really. I don't know what France is doing. There's also a way of doing that with tritium, I think, or whatever this thing is called. Yeah, the third way, yes. But I think there are just trace amounts of tritium in this on this planet, and most of it is just on the moon, I think. That's why they can't make it work. They're also talking about I think it's called tokamak or something. It's this thing where they spin the plasma. Actually, about a month ago, I saw a video of somebody actually capturing the lighted path of plasma particles or something inside this thing. Like literal traces of light. It was like purple, I think, of sorts, maybe. Oh, guys, I'm about to go into the territory I don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry, but maybe I excite a conversation that's gonna be more smart than what I propose. I don't know. There are so many things are happening in the world. There are YouTube videos with clickbaits that say, or some Reddit posts that say that in about 10 or 20 years we'll have a drug that's gonna reverse our aging and basically rejuvenate ourselves, us, and they do catch the energy as far as I remember, but it's a net negative by a super large margin. It's like they're able to heat it up and make it run for like 5 or 40 seconds, which means it gives off heat and gives off energy, but it's net negative. Yes, because half these things are actually just clickbaits, like for some popular science bullshit, like something just like an article to read about drug that I just talked about that's gonna reverse our aging. Which one is the real one? Like, there are so many designs, and yeah. I had a person who played Greg Tech New Horizons with me, and this person said a very interesting thing. They said that this game is perfect for those who are researchers and scientists who are in the fields of creating something new, but those that are really impatient to see this thing come true to life, because we can see all of the things that the sci-fi realm of the sci-fi realm. There's a few small private companies that have personal ones. Yeah, but operational ones. If those were really operational, they need to produce energy, and I don't think there's any fusion reactors that actually do today. But once they find a way to make it work, oh boy, pack your bags. That's what they call it. Just pack your bags. So were you talking about a Dyson or something? I wouldn't trust a thing that would heat up an area in 5 minutes. It's probably gonna... It's just like a... Oh. Oh, heating up an area in 5 minutes. You mean like big booms kind of thing, no? I know a few countries that have a lot of space heaters stored underneath the surface of the land, somewhere deep in the boonies. A lot of space heaters in there. Yeah, miniature types, sun type thing. Yeah, exactly. And it's also a portable sun type thing, which means 1 second the sun is here, the other second the sun is flying to your country on the radar like a little dot, and you're like, wow, what are we gonna do? I hope we're on the same page about this. I don't want to say uh, whatever. Those are space heaters. Wanna heat a planet? Heat up a planet? Actually, I don't know about you guys, but I think that we literally have tools to reverse climate change or to enhance climate change on our hands right now, in our society. Like those those bombs were probably insinuating, implying about, yes. I think if you shoot a bomb in the right place, you can shift tectonic plates or something and probably make some changes in the weather, I think. No? What if there are right spots in our planet that are not habitated by anybody, and you could shoot the bombs right there and shift the planet in a way that it kind of cancels out all the bad things that we've done in this world? Is that possible in any way, or are we gonna make things worse? I don't know what I'm talking about. Because probably all of the problems that are happening in this world in terms of ecology is basically because of Taylor Swift. But that doesn't matter. The fireworks you're talking about, you can't even like them. Britney Spears started all. Well, define fine for a planet. If it's eradicated with nuclear miasmas or whatever, and there is nothing left on the planet, not a single living creature, but those little mushrooms that can breathe nuclear air, right? Yeah, I mean those mushrooms that were found in Chernobyl's station, you know, the one that blew up a lot of many years ago. They found mushrooms in there that were able to live and thrive and proliferate in this nuclear waste kind of area. So there will be a life form, surely. But at least our life form is able to sometimes write a little poem about how beautiful this planet is and how the trees are, how nature made us, endowed us with all this. The little stupid heads, like planktons or any kind of bullshit like those little mushrooms or the sulfuric acid oceans that are filled with little clams that can breathe that kind of thing and live, those aren't going to be able to appreciate where they live. That's why I think we should preserve humanity, just for the sake of that we understand where we are, you know? We are the only sentient beings in here that can probably say thank you to the planet in a way of, like, with our souls. Compare empty void to plankton and they're... Well, on that scale, yes. That's why, have you ever guys dove, dove into the Marvel universe? Like the one where the Spider-Man is and the other different superheroes. I know it's probably bullshit for some of you, but it's interesting that when I was a kid, I would watch Spider-Man and I would think that this is a superhero and like he beats the octopus, Dr. Octopus or whatever. I don't remember the name of the guy, or the Green Goblin or whatever. And I was like, wow, the good guy beats the bad guy, and they're so powerful with their strengths and stuff. But then as you grow older, now there are Avengers been for many years, like with Thanos, that's like they can just snap half the humanity and other life forms off the face of the universe. And then you realize when you like dive into comics that Thanos is nobody in comparison to certain beings that are in this void of the world, you know, of the universe, and they're so capable of everything. Like there's like you know, like a character in Marvel universe literally called the One Above All. He's like the craziest of one of alls because he's literally the creator of the universe itself and many other multiverses and of everything. And all I'm thinking about is like, is there like anything or anyone in this world that is like that to us? Because if we're still talking about some other life form in the void somewhere else, those are probably, of course, aliens, and they're probably somehow chemically and physically structured close to what we are. Yeah, Marvel Jesus. Actually, I was so in love with the third Deadpool. I don't think there is infinity. I think we only have this galaxy. And it's like, have you ever played the game called Spores? Or is it called Spore or something? It's where you start to as a little plankton in the primordial soup, and then you grow into to become like you evolve into becoming like space traveling being. Well, there's like a galaxy that you can scroll out of, like zoom out of, and it ends. It's like it's finite, you know. And that's how I realized that we don't have infinity, because of a stupid game that actually made sense to me. Yeah, you know, you're trying to precarious. You're trying to operate with some kind of close to science thing that is close to science. You know, thinking that's close to science, because you probably read up on this. What I'm operating with is images that people drew in a game or like in a movie called Lucy. You know, if you watch that, it's where they also zoom out of like of our from our planet into the universe, galaxy, blah blah blah, and then there's like one. I don't even know what to call it. Like, so there is something beyond a galaxy. Maybe, but for us, it's not even palpable, you know. We can think about a lot of things as human beings because we have a pretty advanced in our technology, but we can't think about that. That's an interesting way of looking at it. I think there's this thought that I have that can be actually very useful to describe what we're talking about. We're not gonna reach this border, this wall where the infinity ends or starts, where the other universe starts. We're not gonna reach it until we think that magic exists. Once we are so advanced in technology that we think magic doesn't make sense anymore because we can create things out of nothing, we can teleport ourselves and fly if we want to. Once we achieve all of that and magic just becomes meaningless, it means this is where we achieved this infinity, right? It's sort of like what happens in the Tech New Horizons, right? You all delve into magic and try to figure out ways to make things out of nothing, and then by the time you reach later tiers of the game, you think like magic is bullshit, and you're just basically focusing on technology because it makes you teleport everywhere and stuff. Universe is expanding faster than light at the edges, so it's only this big. Speed is limited. Time is limited due to atomic decay. Can't you imagine 1 trillion years? Well, for some reason I think that everything is a cycle, and our lives are a cycle as well. What if in 1 trillion years there will be like 5 or 10 or 15,000 iterations of the same me and the same you and the same universe and the same planet with the same specific characteristics? I mean, if you have that distance of 1 trillion years, I think all of the RNG's things can actually happen a lot of times, you know? And restart, it's gonna restart 1,000 times, you know? So you say there is something behind flat world. Axie's like chipping in with his there's something behind. Actually, I gotta tell you, man, there's something behind the village world walls of the hardcore world that you played. There, we, unfortunately, you can't look beyond them. You have to keep playing your hardcore villager Minecraft. I think actually you meant just Minecraft, right? How'd you find the Ender portal then? I don't recommend lifting the screen. What do you mean lifting the screen? Yeah. And we're back. Who, you're doing things right now? I don't know. Actually, I'm really battling the fact that I don't want to upload this episode because I literally just talked through the entire time. Anyone who watches this VOD, I hope you don't just enjoy Minecraft, but I guess me, because I didn't do anything today. So if life is cyclical, doesn't that give less value to each cycle? And the one and done life would actually hold more meaning then? Ask yourself this question. Does every revolution of arrow hand makes minutes less interesting for you? If that's what you're talking about. Or less valuable. No. Every minute is... there's only so much value in every minute, but I think you're the one who makes it meaningful and valuable, you know? Same thing with cycles of the universe. You don't use clocks. Bruh, wait. What do you use then? Okay, I have a legit question for you guys who's here with me. Can you read the clock? Like, can you literally know what it says? Because there are a lot of kids these days that don't know how to use the clock. Oh, the sun. Okay. So you're using the I think it's called sundial, right? This little thing that's with the shade, where you kind of know what time it is based on the shade of this huge thing they have there. And then you realize that it's all a hoax. Actually, seeing that a minute moves, it's like a cheat code. I think one time I saw an hour clock hand move. Yeah, you do, yes. But what if you're in a situation when you're staring at a screen and you have to know where you should stop your stream because it might get too late? Like in my situation, I don't want to go look outside the window, stand up, because this way, well, I know people are talking to me. Where am I gonna stand up? I have to get up. I don't have to get up. I just have to look at the time in the corner of my screen. Yeah. I like when my life is in such a nonchalant place that I don't have to think about time at all. Like there are days like that, for example, holidays or whatever, where I could just totally plug off, just forget about everything, and just literally sit and play for tens of hours without even counting the minutes or anything. But there are also time at work, for example, where I have to be very sharp with my time. I have to know every minute, count everything. This I don't like. Oh, you're lucky. Yeah. I saw a meme. Well, it's a Russian meme or whatever. I don't know if it's applicable to your job reality, but whatever. It said that the more paycheck you have, like the bigger paycheck you have, like the more free you are about your time when you're at work. Like for example, if you earn, I don't even know your paychecks to say, like if you don't earn a lot of money, you have to be precisely on time every day, 9 to 5, yes, that kind of thing. And if you're late for at least 5 or 10 minutes, you're gonna be heavily reprimanded or whatever. Or maybe that. Yeah, because that actually subtracts from your paycheck. Maybe that's the case. But the thing is that when you start earning a lot or become like a very qualified professional, then people are actually happy to see you, at least even if you show up for 2 hours a day, right? They're happy that you're there. All they need to do is that you're just, if you're a supervisor of a project, all they need for you to do is that the project works out. And it doesn't matter what you do. It's just the fact that the project must be done, and you can even, I don't know, sit and pick your nose or whatever. As long as the project is done, then nobody cares where you are. You might even just be sitting and sipping a cocktail on a vacation or whatever. As long as you're on a call if something goes wrong, and then you resolve the problems. But that's only for people that earn a lot of money, the specialists. Or sometimes not even specialists, man. I've seen so many people that earn a lot more than I do, but they don't know shit about nothing. So it's not only about what you know, it's also about how you sell yourself. There's so many schmucks in this world that earn like a lot more than those that are actually smart. And that's the problem with smart people. I'm not saying I'm smart. I'm talking about some other people. Smart people can't sell themselves most of the time. Okay, let me read what you have written. Yeah, only I guess only in America there is a dimension, a plane beyond $0 in your pocket, right? You're gonna laugh at me, but when I was younger, about 16 years old or so, I was really fascinated with your president. I liked not the political stuff that he did, but just his way of life. I didn't know at the time that he was bad or good or anything. All I knew about him is that he was a very prominent person, a businessman and stuff. And I read one of his books, and there was a really interesting statement that he put in there. He was one day there was like a recession or something in the economy of your country at some point. I don't remember the date, and he was walking past a homeless person, and he as he was walking past this guy, he realized that this hobo was $8 million richer than he was, and Trump at the time had $0 to his name because everything was sort of like liquidated or anything. I don't know, somehow suspended. So the thing is that there is that notion that you can have less than zero. Yeah, he's from New York City. I think it was New York, yes. It's like a very no, I wouldn't be. Probably they make more than I do in my country, and I'm okay with that because the prices are different and everything is different. Crazy. Maybe they have some kind of hobo mafia, like they can't just go out and beg. I think if you go out and do it, within 10 minutes you'll be pulled out of your spot and, reminded that you can't do it here because there are some castes or anything that... I think he was working for somebody. You can't just make that amount of money without any kind of supervision. The homeless mafia will catch up on you. Oh yeah, the dog does the thing. Without a dog, people wouldn't have believed him, I think. Okay, I'm running low on food. Did you fall into his trap, if you can call it this way? Oh, okay. Yeah. It was my van. What was your van? I was just taking him out to make the rounds. What do you mean, make the rounds? Ambiguity of that phrase. Weren't you afraid that, like, some homeless man in your van... I'm kind of like, I'm a bit like, what if they can contract something? I don't know, that's not a good way of thinking about them, but I don't want to be close to these guys. And this is what you're talking about, right? What the hell? Well, usually, I guess killers have no reason not to like you unless you're super rich, and they or if you're like hitting their I know you're not joking. People wouldn't joke about it. I don't know. I've never actually met a liar in my life, I think. The one that would make up stories that are not true. Because I can't even imagine in my mind what they're gonna do if I find out that they're lying. Of course, they can disappear or whatever, but what's the point of lying about your life? Well, every large man, there is a thing for every large man, you know? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, of course it helps in many situations, but not every, like, if you're talking about a killer. There's a Glock or any other type of, you know, tranquilizer that's gonna... Yeah, I understand, probably because you felt safe as it was. Well, I had 60 something steel, and I said I'm gonna multiply that, and now I have 108, but also a stack of that went here, so I don't know. I never think about safety that much because honestly, if something is gonna go up against me, I won't have much chances. But it doesn't mean that I want to think about a way of getting other means of defending myself. No, I think if situations like that happens, I'm just gonna be standing right there and like looking at a sky and thinking like, why are you doing this to me? Like, what did I do? Because I don't do anything wrong to people around me. Like in a society, you know. It's like if somebody's like legit attacking me for some reason, it's either money, so I give them money, or for some other reason they feel threatened by me or anything, I'm gonna be like, what are you doing, man? I'm just standing right here. I'm not even gonna lift my hands, I think. You have a very interesting life. I wonder how you ended up here in a very calm and solitude kind of place called Crack Tech New Horizons. It's like I'm talking to a character from a movie or something. Well, maybe start it from the bottom. Now we're here. Yes. It's like started here. Look where it brought you back. Brought it back to me. It's a Thanos quote, I think. Actually, is it Thanos or Thanos? Both versions have been pronounced, and I don't know which one is better. Well, if you had the finances to fund this operation of hiking and backpacking, then I guess it's fun. I guess it's all fun until you want to poop, right? And then you will have to think about a way to, you know. But that usually requires you to stay at a one place for at least a month to earn some money. You can't just... Well, you can probably, you know, like unload a bunch of trucks or something for a quick buck, and then go about your day and never see those guys again and get your money. Well, I'm not gonna. Nothing will be done today, I think. Well, it's talking. Might as well have named my Twitch today. What's that, like chat talk or something? I don't remember the name of that category. Just chat. Yeah, just chatting category. And it's not Minecraft that I'm playing. It's sometimes that they you have these shorts or like a short or sometimes even long videos where a dude would be explaining or telling you a story, and on the background there would be like somebody jumping from blocks from one block to the other in Minecraft, like parkour kind of thing. And you would look at that parkour and think that that's actually cool, but the information that this dude says is like totally different. And this whole Minecraft is just it's a moving background. So that's what I've been doing today. Yeah, I actually did something today, yes. Hot tub stream. Oh my god. Maybe I should shrink my Minecraft view and, widen my face of sorts, so that I look more like a just chat streamer, because this is not going anywhere, literally. The most important thing is that all the things that I've said, and you probably said as well, yes, they are recorded, so somebody can just look at this thing and say that, oh, dudes are stupid, like. And I shouldn't care about this, right? Well, if I sit like that for a few years, I think I will have some. Okay, for combustion generators, let's go. Oh, semi-fluid. It's semi-fluid. When I'm rich. Right now I'm not rich. I can't make that out of myself. Oh, no, we need something revolutionary, something that nobody has seen before. I don't even know what, but it has to be something that's like totally different. What animals are there? Cats, foxes, pigs. Greg, ears. Does he have ears? No. Why did I do it? And I've noticed this kind of thing that these days people actually like when, this crisscross kind of thing with How do I explain this without calling it Twitch police in my name? No, it's not Steam Age. I'm already in LV. What are you talking about? Well, I still have Steam, but I'm technically in LV. Most of the machines are. Well, there's this. If I have this huge iron tank that takes half my base, it doesn't mean I'm in Steam Age. It's just that Steam is one of the prerequisites for my. For some of my endeavors. It doesn't mean I'm necessarily relying on Steam only. Well, actually, yes, but energy is what comes out of it, you know. So some people keep Steam machines up until HV or even further, even AV. Would you say they're still in Steam Age? Yeah, you're saying the same thing. Yeah, so technically I'm in Steam Age, yes, but I think I'm also not in Steam Age. I'd love to consider myself technically advanced right now. I already have electronic circuits, so certain machines can think in a way that I can't, and make things automatically, which is really good. Okay, now we're gonna need 16 electric motors. I could have done that, but I have so much things, so many things that are needed to be done. I can't even think about that. I know, but Axie's already half of the way through, even more. Yes, I know. It's just that I don't have energy for that right now. All I want is to start EBF, get that process going, and then upgrade my base up to the EBF running EBF standard. You know, having like some of my ENVY machines, energy buffer, more solar panels, all of that crap, and only then I'll be thinking about probably switching to benzene. We'll see. I will have things to do while it runs, even for a month. It's not a problem. Maybe I will be just starting. Maybe I won't be streaming, but I will be just, you know. I said that I want to stream every second of that game, but I also said that once it's time for some huge passive things like green sapphires, then I'll probably just run the game overnight without streams. What? Eight. Actually, that's a lot better if I do Tumbaga in a flute solidifier. Hope I have the mold gear. Yes, I do. Very good. So we need 8 of those. That's some of these circuits. Well, I wouldn't say that. I think GOG didn't get nerfed. I think it's not true. Well, maybe I should play it some more until I know, because for now it seems that a lot of new things were added, like matter manipulator, and solely this one thing solved all the problems of base building, which was a problem. Oh, you mean that bullshit? Yes, that totally did nerf the game. But it's part of the process, you know, it's part of the game now. But in terms of quality of life features, I think the game moves in the right direction. Yeah, I understand. Okay, so 16 electric motors. Let's go, boys. 32 iron rods. Actually, 48. Copper wire. Obviously 60 is not enough. We're gonna get more. Right, now 8, 24 steel plates. Okay, mold small gear now. We need to get that going. So glad I did this fluid solidifier thing. Because using that, we'll be able to save up certain parts of our resources, like steel. Oh, wait a second. I don't think we can. Yeah. That was a bad idea, okay. Oh my god, I don't have the 10 cables. What do I do now? We'll have to make it manually. All we need is some molten rubber. Universal fluid cell. Don't we have any more cells? I think it's 24. Okay, I'm gonna AFK for a few seconds. Okay, I'm back. Didn't know I was gonna be touched by this scarcity of tin cables, but that's seems to be a thing. Alright, we've got the pistons and motors. All we need now is LV circuits, 4, and basically Tumbaga gear. So how do we make Tumbaga? Again. Gold and copper. We make 3 of that. We make 3 of that, turn that into 10, and we need 32. Which means I need 12 Tumbaga mixed dust, 24 gold and 12 copper. Let's go. 24 gold. 10 copper. And 12 copper. We need to macerate that. Let's try it. I think it won't work with this thing. It's gonna break, surely. Surely it will. Oh, it's too long. This one's better. But again, to use a sonar, I already have like 83%. I know it's based on how many items I have processed, but still. It's very not durable. 12 plus gold again. 4. Okay, this needs to be smelted. No? Oh, can I just go? No, I can't. Let's do that then. We have exactly 4 circuit boards for the... Actually, we have everything for the circuits. Right? Yeah, wow, thank you. That was so generous of you. So, we need to fluid solidify that. It's LV, and then turn that into gear. It's also LV, good. Fluid extract first. Then it can probably already be sent here. And this is where we have our gear. Good. The speed is not the best, but that's okay. We've almost done what we wanted to. I guess the talking wasn't so bad after all. Another thing we should think about is how to transfer electricity. Do we have like... Yeah, we've got one 4x10 cable, we need two. Rubber is over with. We can get that done. I guess 2 cables like that will be enough to feed the 2 energy hatches. Well, basic cell fluid generators done. Fireworks and everything. And even a completed quest in a how to generate power tab that gave us 4 heavy fuel cell. Well, that's gonna be our last resort, I would say, in case we really need to get some energy somewhere. All right, guys, I think we're close to actually figuring out how to run this thing. It's about time the content will be created. Maybe not. Where are my snips? Snip, snip, where are you? I don't know what are you doing here. No boom yet. How do I place them so they look cool? 2 here and 2 here. Please no boom. Well, they're not working right now. What are we gonna do in this thing? What is the first recipe we want to run? I want to run aluminum because we need that, I think. There is this, and what about the dust itself? We have 38. Let's start with 1. In the input bus, which circuit? 1, because we don't have anything else. We're dirt poor. Are you ready, kids? Oh wait, creosote. Yeah, we can just use cells. We're gonna start with 16 cells. Actually, it all went straight from the first coke oven. Didn't even use the rest of them. We'll see how fast it runs out. Well, kind of fast, so let's start. What are you saying? Recipe needs more heat to start. What the hell is that? Are you serious? Do you need like chemical coils for You do. I guess aluminum. Oh, the raw one in a compressor. Yeah, I get it. Shit, I'm getting my creosote trashed right now. Wait, compressor. Which one's the compressor? Actually, 18 seconds. Oh, not 18. It was with the Oganison 75. Okay, let's check that out. Do we still have juice in here? Oh, I understand. The buffer was filled and now it stopped using the... So where's the boom? They glow, guys, they glow. I forgot that they're gonna glow. Oh my god. Oh my god, I want to touch it. I just want to touch my screen. Wow. Oh my god. You guys were not booming today. Wow. That is so great. I have a working EBF in my garden of grind. It's a very sentimental moment for me. I don't know how, when, and where, but somehow, with all my sheer stupidity, I got to this place. Freaking electric multi-block is working. And it's not going like, doo, or anything. It's just working for straight up 75 seconds. No steam needed, nothing. Just the creosote that we passively generate, and I think we generate a lot more than we use in here. And we got ourselves our first aluminum ingot. Let's go ahead and try something else, perhaps steel, because I'm so tired of constantly producing it through duping. Might as well want to find a way. Steel dust, maybe, or the iron dust, or the steel ingot. That's what we have to do. Iron dust plus what's in the EV recipe? Well, iron 11, or just steel. We either get oxygen, right? And work with iron dust, 25 seconds. It's the easiest way to get oxygen in this game. Centrifuge, no, yes. Actually, wait, sugar, right? Electrolyzing sugar is the best way, but I think that's MV. I go find it. Sugar. MVS. Because I don't have a lot of means to make steel dust on its own. 5 seconds. So today's goal was reached. Oh, compressed air. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Sure. Thank you, actually, I just didn't even think about it. Well, I think it's long, right? The recipe's really long. Okay, 32 cells will go to compressed air. So slow. So, actually, even though we talked most of the time, we have achieved everything we wanted today. And actually, if I didn't talk, it would have only taken us about less than an hour of work. And next time, we're gonna be automating the setup. I want creosote to always be there. I want my coal circulating and rotating everywhere. I already have like a quicklime. Wish I can have quicklime. No, I don't even have the. I think quicklime is ash, lava. No, not even a chance. So compressed air. So you're saying if I put compressed air into the... How do I turn that into oxygen? In a centrifuge? Right? Centrifuge? So you're saying that 5 compressed air give me 1 steel from iron? That's the dirtiest, the most useless recipe ever. No, compressed air is not energetically efficient, I would say. Oh my god. Yeah, because he had a farm. I have disassembled my farm because I was so tired of... I'm not gonna go back to that. How else do you make steel dust? Is there a way? Maybe I forgot and there is a way of making steel dust. Combs. Armor. Scrap boxes. Wow, a lot of things. Okay, but at least this shit is working right now. And that is good. Next time I want to automate that and I want it always running. And I'm super glad that I didn't attach it to the main Steam net. But where would I get this ash? Maybe even though I have a stack of that somewhere, it's not really reliable, you know. I won't be able to get as much. Like dark ashes, I have that amount. I can centrifuge or mold. It's 18 you get from that, and to quicklime is oxygen. Yeah, but that's not viable, you know. I have only one, and it's not even running. Carbon. Actually, I have dark ashes instead of just ashes. Wait, carbon is also a source of not oxygen. Oxygen, source of oxygen, I think. Supposed to be. There used to be a recipe in an electrolyzer that... No? Carbon. What the hell? Did I just dream it? Used to be carbon. No. Okay, well, let's look at the LV tab. Where's the oxygen? LV tab has no oxygen quest? Or am I blind? Screw this. Okay, I'm starting to yawn. It means I have to go to sleep. Anyway, today is a really good stream, actually. I'm glad I talked to you guys, and I'm glad that I was able to finish what I started. And that I didn't run around for 3 hours doing nothing. We have this initial setup. So next time we'll be figuring out a way to get oxygen for steel. And perhaps automating the coke ovens. And then thinking about, well, pushing through to MV tier. Then the electrolyzer, MV semi-fluid generators. I'm also seeing that I'm getting batteries, buffers, 16 amp, everything, electricity. Probably have to have like a main net. Well, we'll see. Okay, thank you all for watching, guys. I'll see you next time, and peace, I guess. Let me quickly refer you to somebody. Should not forget about that. Cat's Cozy Games. There's a dude chilling NMV. I don't know, guys. Let's go Cat. He's playing ZPM. I feel like maybe it's interesting what they're doing. Okay, guys. Goodbye. Again. See you next time.